Well, hello lovely friends. Today I'm bringing you a recipe for Irish beef stew. It's a hearty comfort food, and since we've been having crazy cold weather here in the Chicagoland area, and my father-in-law, whom is Irish, was in from out of town, I thought it was a perfect time to make this dish. So please follow along with me while I share my version of this classic dish. Okay guys, so I'm going to read you the recipe. This is a recipe that I got from one of my husband's aunts, because on his father's side they are. His mom's side is Italian, his father's side is Irish. So let me tell you the ingredients. These are the things. The only thing I'm not showing you right now is you need all-purpose flour. So you need a tablespoon of olive oil, 1 pound stew meat, and you want to cut that into like 1-inch cubes, you know, bite-sized pieces. Kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper to taste. I've got my kosher salt, but I got my ground pepper by the stove, so sorry about that. Let's see, 2 cloves garlic minced. I just buy the jar of minced garlic. 1 onion diced. There's my onion. 1 leek. You could thinly slice it, but I prefer just letting it dry. So, I'm sorry, 1 leek thinly sliced, 2 carrots. So, I've got a bag of organic carrots. I no longer buy baby carrots, so I'm gonna cut up 2 carrots. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. 1 cup beef broth. And then 1 cup dark stout beer, 2 tablespoons chopped fresh parsley leaves, 1 teaspoon fresh thyme, 1 bay leaf. I use this, you can use fresh, but I use the dried. I'll show you the thyme in a minute. 2 tablespoons unsalted butter, melted 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour, and then a 1/2 cup of frozen peas. And those you don't put in until the end. I'm going to start off by cutting up this meat, cutting up my onion, opening up my tomato paste, cutting up my carrots. So why don't you follow me and see how I make this Irish stew. It's Irish stew served on mashed potatoes. You could do garlic mashed. I'm going to be cheating and use the prepared mashed potatoes from Costco because I have an extra container and I don't want them to go to waste, so I'll just doctor them up, add a little bit of extra butter, a little bit of garlic to those, and serve it over that. But it only takes 90 minutes for this stew to be ready and the meat to be nice and soft, so come join me and let's get to cooking. Okay, so I have already cut up, I ended up doing 4 carrots because my organic ones are real skinny, so I figured it'd equal to regular sized carrots. And then I just chopped up my onion. I just grabbed my meat cutting board and I'm going to start chopping up the stew meat into bite-sized pieces. It looks pretty small already, so let me take a quick look here. One that I get from Costco usually is like larger sizes, but this is looking pretty small anyway, so. And whatever is not, you just trim it up. Alright, so I'm done with this. I'm going to start heating up and working on the stove, so I'm going to bring you over there. Okay, so I'm just going to turn on my stove. I'm going to let that get hot. So my pot is hot, so what we want to do is we just want to put in our olive oil and brown up the meat for about 2-3 minutes. And you want to put your flame on medium heat. And then before you put it in, you can season to taste with the salt and the pepper if you'd like. I'm going to put it in now. Kosher salt, fresh ground pepper. I'm just doing regular pepper. Because if you've been following knowing me, you know I like a lot of peppers. So I'm just gonna give that a stir. And just brown for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, now that I've browned up the meat, I'm gonna remove it and then I'm gonna start sauteing all my vegetables. Okay, so I'm gonna add in my garlic. My carrots. My onions. And my leeks. So now we're just going to saute those right up just for about 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, it's starting to smell divine. The leek. Oh, the scent from the onion, the garlic, and the leeks. Oh, it smells so delicious already. And today is a perfect day for comfort food. A perfect day for comfort food. So I'm going to continue to saute this and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so that looks good and we just want to add in our tomato paste, 1 tablespoon. And mix that up till it's well combined. Okay, now that the vegetables and the tomato paste are well combined, I'm adding in my cup of beef broth. I apologize, friends. I'm not too sure why I wasn't using a liquid measuring cup. But please make sure you use a measuring cup. It came out perfectly fine, but please use a measuring cup. I'm going to whisk that in just to get everything all incorporated. And then now I'm going to go ahead and grab the dark stout beer and add in my cup of that as well. Again, please, friends, use a liquid measuring cup. Not too sure why I grabbed these. And now that I've added in that stout beer, I'm going to go ahead and grab my whisk and whisk it up a little bit so everything is nice and incorporated together. So now that I've whisked that in, I've grabbed my parsley. I'm adding in my parsley now as well. I'm grabbing my thyme and I'm going to go ahead and add in the thyme. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my bay leaf. Once I add in my bay leaf, I'm going to grab that whisk and whisk everything together. Everything will get nice and incorporated, all those flavors going. So many different flavors. This Irish stew is so delicious. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the meat and put the meat back in. And of course, I'm whisking everything together now with the meat. Get all those flavors going. So everything is all incorporated. Doesn't it look just absolutely beautiful? And the house was smelling so good. Okay, so now I'm just going to add in a little bit more of that kosher salt and then a little bit more of my black pepper that I love so much. And now I'm going to give it one good big last stir until I bring it up to a boil. So now I have it up to a little bit of a boil. It's bubbling. The house is smelling amazing. So I'm going to stir it up one last time. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on for the next 90 minutes. So I'm just going to serve it with some of these, the artisan rolls. I have the multi-grain, and then I also have the French. I'm going to do 3 of each because I really shouldn't even be really eating bread. So some multigrain, and then just 3 of each. I really like to have something like this on hand in my freezer at all times, just for days like today where I want like some nice warm fresh bread and I don't have any on hand, or I didn't go to the store that day, or I didn't feel like making any. But they're really delicious, they're good, and then I will absolutely serve this with some Kerrygold butter. So this Irish beef stew should be coming along wonderfully. Okay, friends, so I'm using my phone, so I apologize if it's shaky. So I took the lid off. It's been 90 minutes, just about 90 minutes. And this is the consistency. This is what it looks like. It smells amazing. So all I did was I made a little roux with butter and flour just to thicken up the stew. So I'm going to put that in. Mix that up. While I'm warming up while I warm up the dinner rolls. So I'm just going to let that continue to simmer. And I already tried a little bit. It smells really good. You can definitely get a good stout beer because you could definitely taste it. So I will see, I'll be back once we add in the peas. It's usually you want to put it in like the last 2 minutes, just until the peas warm through. You don't want them to turn mush. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to go ahead, open this, and put that right in. Give me 1 second. Let me open it. And you'll see that I'm just putting in frozen. I'm going to mix that right. And I'll let those heat through. Oh, it looks so good, and it smells even better. I feel like a nice hearty stew, nice comfort food. This is for you. Okay, friends, so this is the finished dish. All I did was put some of those mashed potatoes on the plate and serve the beef stew right over it alongside with those dinner rolls. This came out absolutely amazing. The meat was so tender. My father-in-law just absolutely loved it. He couldn't get enough of it. And he doesn't eat a lot, but he had seconds this day. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for hanging with me today. I really do appreciate that. And give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more Cook With Me's in the future. And I will definitely catch you at the next one. Thanks, friends. Bye-bye.